Greetings, hi, welcome to my channel. My name is Noni and I really like to knit, and so I thought I'd start a little knitting channel slash podcast where I talk about all my current projects, what I'm working on knit-wise, and just taking you on a journey of learning new things because I am quite an amateur kind of knitter. And yeah, I'll probably be talking about whatever else, which will probably be a lot of stuff because I talk a lot. You are receiving me quite shy right now, actually, but it's totally fine. And today I only have like one complete piece to talk about, which I'm wearing right now. Thank you. Lovely, I know. I'm kidding. And another piece that I am working on, I don't know if you can see it, totally over there. And if you see me bouncing, it's because I'm sitting on my exercise ball thing, like this thing. Let me show you. You know, I love sitting on it. It feels really good for my back, and it keeps me like sitting up straight, so it's what I do. Okay, so first things first, I feel like I have a lot to say about this thing that I'm wearing because it was a journey. It is like super cute, super cropped. I'm in this pink getup. Here are my pink sweatpants, too big for me, and this is what it looks like. I just added the buttons now. I'll tell you the whole thing right now, but here it is. This started as a journey. We were in lockdown, yet another lockdown, and I thought, you know, I'd really like to make a cute puffy little cardigan, which I've succeeded to some degree. But what happened was I purchased the night and day cardigan pattern because I really liked it. I saw it on Instagram somewhere. I forgot who the pattern is by, and I really liked the arms, you know, and so I copied the arms from that pattern. However, I only had super cheap wool available and I couldn't go anywhere to buy it because nothing was open or whatever. So this is 100% acrylic, super cheap yarn, and I know yarn snobs are not keen on acrylic, but I mean it got the job done. It's not very breathable and it's not the softest, but it's got the structure I like, so I don't know, I'm not going to hate on it too much, especially also because it's like at the beginning of my knitting journey, so it's fine. So started knitting this with some super acrylic yarn, and after that, I couldn't find the pattern. I think I was away or something, but I totally couldn't find the pattern. And so I had to sort of wing it with the two front panels. And like, I think I'm a terrible knitter because I wing it a lot. I have never knitted like one of those swatches, like a gauge swatch, which we'll do on this channel together. You know, and if you have any recommendations for like a video I can watch that explains it really slowly, please will you let me know in the comments below, because that would be totally helpful about what it is, how it works, and how it helps, because I just like pick up my needles and I go and I get excited about a new pattern, and it's worked sometimes, but there are moments where I know that had I made one of those things, those squares, it would have just saved me a lot of time, effort, and pain. So let me know if you know. And then, what was I talking about? I got lost. Give me a second. My brain is clocking back in. All right, 100% acrylic yarn. That's all I had, you know, available. So winged these two front panels. And then there's this whole business about picking up for the neckline. And with the construction of this piece, you knit everything separately. So you knit an arm, and then the two front panels and the back piece, and then you seam them together. And so the seaming, I'll get to that, totally such a pain. But so picking up stitches for this bit was like quite a lot of effort for me because I've never done that, and it took forever just to get it even sort of decent. And obviously I made some sort of error here. Still cute. It's like my little cute pink at home cardigan. Anyway, okay, getting distracted. And so that was a lot of effort. It took a few tries to get this done. I think it took me like a week just to get this done, because I had to pick up and then I had to frog it and then I had to pick up and then I was like, oh, this is not working, and then it was super unneat. So this was like my final attempt, and I think it turned out okay actually. And then I just love this little poofy detail vibe in the sleeves. However, I must say, obviously I haven't done the pattern any justice, the night and day. I hope I have the name right. I'll check. I was probably supposed to check before shooting the video, but I will check and let you know. But I probably should have, you know, done it exactly how the pattern said, but again, it was just like unavailable and I needed to get knitting. So this is what I have. I use the same size needles throughout the whole project. Like, I can't remember what size, it's in the pattern. And this is the, so if you take double knit yarn and just start knitting with that pattern for the size extra small, this is what you'll get. This is what you'll get. So then making buttonholes was also quite a schlep for me. And my older brother got me like a huge packet, I'll show you, of like buttons, just buttons galore. And at first I was going to take simple pink ones, you know, that go with it. I was also going to do white, and I thought, you know, let me spruce it up with a little gold in case I actually want to wear this item out. Because one of the purposes of my knitting, I want to be to get to a more sustainable fashion place where I have pieces that are my own, that I enjoy, that are good quality, not like this one, that it's just, it's my cupboard and I'm not contributing to the fast fashion business. Because I like to shop, okay, but also climate change and the world is burning and I don't want to be part of it. It's such a schlep. Anyway, back to the cardigan. What else? Buttons. I am looking for a third one. You know what? Let me just show you. So obviously my brother got this for me in this pink packet, but it's all of these are buttons. I have no idea if you can see. So he bought like tons and tons of buttons for me to like choose and pick from. And that was very sweet on him. And initially I was going to do the obvious thing and go for like these, or you know, that. Ooh, you know, makeup influencer people, they always take the product and then they like put their hand behind it. Nice. You know, so I'm glad he got these for me, and I do know that there's a third one somewhere, but I absolutely cannot find it for the life of me. So I would like to just add that last little one over here. It keeps the cardigan in check, and I think this is cute. It is very comfortable, not the most comfortable, but very comfortable. Again, not very breathable. And okay, so another thing that sucked a lot was the seaming. Seaming for me is just, I'm either so like ready to have my item finished that I don't take as much time as I should for the seaming. So, excuse me. And then sometimes it's like I know I should just take a break and seam it the next day, and then it will probably be better. But this is one of the better sets of seaming I've done in my knitting, so I am impressed in terms of my own progress. However, it's not really that impressive. It's really hard to like seam things together and have them look more professional finish, you know. So yeah, this is my on-camera pledge to redo this cardigan in one size up, just so that I have a top that's long and with the correct size needles and wool, etc. and I will try and remember or link in the description below the pattern or what it was in the whatever, you know what I mean. And yeah, I need to do it like real justice. I like this is super cute, totally just a cute little spring pink, little pink thing on my body. But other than that, it's like I need to do it justice, and you will not believe what happened today. It's so irrelevant. So I'm going to tell you two things: what happened today, and then me getting here, and then also something I learned in therapy, about codependency. Okay, so today, point number one, I was like just driving, living my life. I went to work and I came back, and then I did a little thrifting, got a little something for my partner, and got him like this new shirt, and I was driving back home. It's been raining a lot, and it started to hail, but like goblets of hail, like the size of America, essentially. Like each ball was so huge, and I started to freak out. And then I stopped driving, and a tree fell on my car. It was like, what is happening, universe? But I do know that all the Mercuries are in retrograde. Like all the moons are like wild right now. Anyway, I'm fine now because I've had time to calm down and just wooza. But like I was totally distraught a few hours ago. And the hail destroyed my windshield, and I'm having to claim for my insurance. And I only just got insurance because I've only just been employed, and I'm having to claim for like a second time already. And I'm just like, this adulting business is not working. It is totally not working for me, but I'm fine, and I wasn't harmed, and no one else was harmed, and that's the most important thing. So that happened, but I am trying to operate from a place of gratitude, because that's just what you need to do. Then also, while I was driving today, I was thinking about, because I think I was on the way to the wool store or whatever, about something I learned in therapy. Because when you're healing, you have all this codependent behavior, you're a people pleaser. Well, when I say you, I mean me. I'm telling you guys about me. Oversharing in the first episode, but it's totally fine. When you are healing that kind of wound, you really need to learn to focus on yourself and finding what you like as a person, so that not your entire identity and personality is contingent upon what you can do for others, how others around you are feeling, how you shape shift in order to fix and people please, and how that's like totally a form of manipulation. So that's something I learned about that. And then I remember I was being so fussed about what the people around me would think if I just said no, or just have them not like me or whatever. And my therapist, I think she was giving me some tough love that day. We'd developed that kind of rapport. And she was saying that even I don't know who I am, because, not now, I do know now, I just didn't know then. Because I spent so much time fixated on other people and trying to essentially control, everything around you, even if you are doing it from a place of niceness. It's like a trauma response. Okay, I'm explaining this so badly. Essentially, she was saying that if I don't know who I am and what I like, how do I know that the people around me like me for me if I don't know who that is? And why is it that when I meet someone and they don't have the same interests as me, they don't like me, I never hold anything against them. I just acknowledge that we are different people. She asked me why it couldn't be the same for me in my relationships. Why couldn't I go find out who I was and risk not being liked, because it's totally fine. And it was the most freeing feeling to know that actually I needed to take the time to find out who I was, the things I liked, just like because the people around me can't know me if I don't know those things. If I don't know any of those things, how can they know? Who do they like? Do they just like this crazy shape-shifting version of you? So that was totally interesting that I had learned, and I remember just today smiling about how hard it felt at the moment all those years ago to hear that, and how I've spent so much time learning who I am that it's kind of exciting when another person doesn't like me, because it means I've done the work and that it's fine. And that just because another person doesn't like you, or you're not rescuing them or doing whatever, just doesn't mean anything. You just should totally just be yourself, really. So that was an expensive lesson, and maybe I'll edit this whole bit out because what an intense overshare, but maybe I won't, because what if it helps somebody else to know that it is just so okay to be you, and it's so okay to not carry the burden of other people's emotions in your body. You know what I mean? You are not responsible for the entire world's burdens, even though that doesn't absolve us from, taking care of things, the responsibility. But if somebody else is feeling an uncomfortable emotion, you don't have to rescue them from that. Do you get that? If somebody is really having a hard time, it is not your responsibility to rescue them from the lesson that they have to learn. You can hold space for them, you can give them advice if they ask you for it, but you don't have to A, take it on just because, and B, carry it as if it is your own, and C, carry it whether or not you have the capabilities in that time to carry it. Sometimes you are also going through your own stuff, and so boundaries are so important. Lecture over. That's the Wi-Fi. This is my knitting. I am knitting a crop top in this lovely color. Let me come closer. What is going on over here? This is very chaotic. Oh my word. Anyway, I got stitch markers for the first time. Totally exciting. They're green and peach. I need to show these in the daylight. But anyway, makeup influencer, showing you the product. Anyway, I was very excited to get these stitch markers. My next story was that I am knitting a crop top. I call it comfort knitting things that I can knit. I'm knitting a crop top following a tutorial by Handmade by Aura on YouTube. Totally cute. I'm knitting just a simple crop top, and I'm having a conundrum. For a person who gets bored very quickly, I'm really enjoying knitting with 4-ply, thinner wool. I like the finish, I like how it looks. I'm enjoying knitting in the round. This is also quite new for me, as well as having stitch markers, also brand new. I just wing things. I'm working on not doing that because they've turned out so well while I've been winging them. So it's why do I need to adjust it? Because it's good to grow and be better, okay? But I am very excited. The reason I call this comfort knitting, it's eases my anxiety and the general burden of totally being a human being on this earth. Even though the world is such a beautiful place, I'm not a negative person. Just babbling. I'm just babbling because I'm very happy to be here. And I'm glad you're here, even if it's just one viewer. It's very exciting. Comfort knitting, just to relax my mind. It's something I can knit, and I'm keen on this color to see how it's going to look on this brown skin on the body. And I need to feed my dog now. I'm sure they would like to have a little snacky snack, my 2 babies. And yeah, thanks for being here. I will update you guys in the next video on how this crop top's going, because I knit super slow, and like I said, it's the 4-ply. I don't know if that's fingering weight yarn. I've just heard people throw around some terms, so I'm gonna say it's fingering weight yarn. I don't know, thin stuff. And I'm gonna knit that, and I'll update you. Maybe I'll just do a little video where we can knit along. Please let me know in the comments below if you'd like that. If you did make it all the way to the end of this video, please will you comment 3 of your favorite emojis in a row, just so that I know, and it helps the YouTube algorithm also know. And 3 of whatever your favorite emojis are. Right now I'm vibing with the rainbow vibe, so those are my faves. If you'd like to comment the rainbows, that would totally be great, but no pressure. And please like and subscribe, you know, all that jazz. And thank you for being here. Maybe next time we'll start with a little dance party, a little drum and bass. I love drum and bass. I am, of course, your Zulu Techno doll, and it'll either be a knit along, an update on other finished stuff, or whatever. Okay, bye. Oh yeah, that's what I wanted to say. I'm so excited. This podcast knitting channel thing is called Love at First Stitch. How cute. Totally not original, but Love at First Stitch, because the moment I started knitting, I was like, this is the coolest thing ever. Why is no one doing this all the time? Bye.